welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here a special box set of pens. Now these are, as you can see here, from Retro 51, and these were provided to me from Stefano at Silograph Corsani, so I'd like to thank him for that. This is the new Space Race edition, and to commemorate, this is the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 launch. Now sadly I don't have an Apollo 11 watch, but I do have a Yuri Gagarin watch, which you can see there. So I decided I would actually wear this watch with me today whilst I unbox this set. So probably like a lot of people, I wasn't born around or before the Apollo space race. I was born after. However, space always interests me, and the Apollo 11 launch and the other sort of launches since then have actually really interested me. So I decided I would actually buy this, and this is the Space Race set series by Retro 51. So you have the Mercury, the Gemini, and the Apollo there. On the back here you'll see that's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. And it actually goes into very, very large detail here on the various types of modules there for the rocket. And you also have this lovely sort of, there you go, look at that sort of lovely sticker on there as well. And then, life is too short to carry an ugly pen. Actually, I would actually agree with you on that one. So let's unbox this, because this is obviously what you want to see. So this is, as I said, the Space Race series, and if I lift the lid, you'll see here there's a piece of blank card, and then you have the 3 pens. So again, the attention to detail here on what they've done here is actually quite amazing. So you've got the lunar module here, you've got the full rocket here, and then obviously you have the Apollo 11 there. So if I remove these one by one, so you have the Gemini, and if I remove this one, you have the Mercury. So if I actually remove all of these out of the way, and you can then see these there, and they actually really do look like nice little pen tubes. And whether or not I actually store these in, that the pens in these for long term, or whether or not I store other pens in these, I think I'm going to keep these pen tubes anyway. So you have the Gemini rocket, you have the Apollo rocket, and then you have the Mercury rocket. So I think let's look at these pens one by one. So let's move these out of the way. And if I can try and get them out of the way there. So the first one here is Gemini, and you can see here this rocket really is quite nice. And if I open, you have a nice little pen stand that it comes with, so you can reuse these if you want to. But this is the Gemini. So these are all rollables, they're not fountain pens. I know, shock, horror, but at the end of the day I do like rollables, and sometimes you just can't use a fountain pen. So although I hate ballpoint pens, I do like rollables because they are effectively using fountain pen ink or something very close to fountain pen ink. So this is the Gemini rocket. You can see there's the US flag. The amount of detail that is on this pen is really lovely. Now, I actually thought about getting just a couple of these individually, but unfortunately when I contacted Stefano he was actually sold out of the single models, so I decided he only had one set left, so I decided I would actually buy the set instead. And there you go, that's the rollerball there. Now these actually do come with Schmidt rollerball refills. So if I just remove this here, they are branded Retro 1951, but you can use a standard Schmidt rollerball. So I've actually bought some of those as replacements just for when these run out, because obviously at some point they will run out. But I think this pen really is very nice. I've seen a lot of these Retro 51s, and quite a few of them have appealed to me. Most of them do not. But I decided that I would, because it was the Apollo 11 space race set, that I would actually get the whole set. But you can see here that really is a nice amount of detail on the pen. So I'll put that one there. And then we have the Apollo 11. So let me just put these off camera. And this is the Apollo 11. And this is the one that really, really did speak to me. This was the one that I really wanted. Now, there is a fountain pen version of this, and to be honest, I did actually think about getting it. But it was a lot harder for me to actually import it. It was going to cost a lot more, and it just has a standard Yovo nib on it. So I decided really that I would just get this set instead, because I wanted some rollerballs. But you can see there the amount of detail on that rocket there, on that pen, is just amazing. So again, it's a rollerball, but it's pretty good size in my hand. Rollerballs and ballpoints do tend to taper down a little bit. I don't tend to hold them that low. I tend to hold them up here a little bit higher, but that to me is a really, really nice pen. So that's the Apollo. So we have the Gemini, we have the Apollo, and then we have Mercury. So we'll get the Mercury out as well. Now, Mercury was the other one that really appealed to me. This really is a lovely, lovely pen. So I really think that Retro 51 have done a really, really good amount of detail on these pens. And that ultimately was what made me decide that I was going to get these, because I don't normally buy a lot of rollerball pens, but seeing that these had rollerballs and that it was a set, I decided. So this is like 1225 of 1958, and I think, yeah, there you go, 1225 of 1958. So it is a set, and then this one as well is going to hopefully be the same. Yeah, 1225 of 1958. So these are really good pens, and I do like the actual sort of end cap finials that they have on here as well. So the Apollo 11 has got a moon boot there, so that it sort of really sort of suggests that, and you've got a spacewalk here for the Gemini rocket, and it just really, really actually looks quite nice. So if I just take these out one by one, and you can see these here in a little bit more detail. So if I zoom in a bit more, these really are lovely pens. So they are rollerballs. So in terms of the writing experience, they're going to be pretty much the same writing experience. So you're really not going to see a lot of difference. But I think we'll do a writing test here just to check each of the pens out, because I haven't actually written with these. So this is the Retro, and this is the 51, and it is the Gemini Rocket. And then we have the Retro 51, and this is the Apollo rocket. And then last but not least, we have the Retro 51, and this is the Mercury rocket. So these pens actually do write quite nicely. At the end of the day, they are rollerballs. They're not fountain pens, I know, but to be honest, there are times when you need a rollerball pen, and for me, I will go to a rollerball pen now and again. So for me, this is actually something that I like to have with me just in case a fountain pen isn't going to work. Sometimes you need to write on some glossy paper or glossy card. Sometimes even the paper is so thin that it will feather and bleed. So I always try to have a rollerball with me where possible, although I rarely actually use them nowadays. But these I will. So these are really nice pens. I'm really glad that I was able to pick these up from Stefano at Stilograph Corsani. Unfortunately, he's now sold out of these. I don't know if he'll be getting any more in. I do know that these Retro 51 Tornadoes for the Space Race series are going pretty quick. So I don't know if he'll get any more coming in. But if he doesn't, then you can always check out other retailers and see who has them and decide whether or not you want to buy them or not. For me, I really do like these, and I'm so glad that I managed to pick these up. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.